Hey, what's up? Um, I watched a video today that had a girl sitting at home bitching about how much emo and scene kids suck. So I decided I want to make a video since everybody else is doing it. And it's going to be about how just random shit that pisses me off. And what I would like to do about that random shit that pisses me off. And here, we'll just say today's rant is brought to us in part by a big fucking can of Rockstar energy drinks. Alright, here we go. First of all, since we're on the topic of this girl, she pissed me off because she started talking about things she didn't know about, which sucks because people get into things that they believe are wrong. Like, there's the whole gay straight argument that everybody gets into right away, saying how, oh, homosexual is bad, straight is the way to be, blah blah blah. Who cares? Why is it that people always have to judge others if they're not like them? I mean, in this girl's case, we can't all look like boys. I mean, some of us do look like the female, race of the world. But we can't all be like you because that would be a whole hell of a lot of ugly to deal with. And I'm sorry, I just can't deal with that. Second, why why is it that we have to make sure that everybody has to feel bad about the way they live their life? I saw a video of this one kid who claimed that he was a metalhead, which is, awesome, rock on. And he was saying about how he goes to a lot of shows and he sees the emo kids there, and they do take a lot of shit. If they're there, they're the ones that get moshed to hell. I've seen people break arms of these kids. Most of them are very skinny and don't look like they would take a beating very well, but they get it because everybody figures that they've got to be the one that gets the shit kicking. And it's not fair. They really don't need it. Like, I don't understand why is it that we have to exclude people for the way they dress, act, look, talk. This comes down to the whole discrimination thing. Like, everybody's discriminatory against everyone else if you don't believe that they're as good as you are. Honestly, for all of you people out there that are against the emo scene, metalcore stuff, everything like that, you're really missing out because some of the shows you can go to are crazy amazing. The local talent in some of these towns, like I am from a small city right now in Canada. It's called Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. It's pretty much bitchin'. Regina, the capital, it is fantastic. Like the Queen City, the people that go there, the small town talent that comes along, you would be fucking amazed of how good they are. And it's just a bunch of people that love music that go to these shows, and there's always got to be that one group of assholes that shows up just so they can piss people off. And that's my second thing that pisses me off. People that show up to shows just to fuck shit up. I swear a lot, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Graphic content, deal with it. Anyways, I was at a show the other night, and there was four, I think, really good bands that were there, one in which being a good friend of mine. And they played pretty good sets. And, there was all these little girls that showed up, ones that looked like they are probably maybe 10, 11 years old, not wearing very much clothing, but drunk as hell, or at least pretending to be drunk. That will come into play later on as another thing that pisses me off. But anyways, these girls show up. And, they're there, standing right at the very front, right in the way of everybody. So that nobody can get to the front to watch the bands or whatever, but they're just standing there, and they stand there like this, and they're like, And they just bob their head to the music, you know. Every once in a while, they're like they're having a good time. You know, I want to shoot those people. I would absolutely love to take one of those little girls and curb stomp them outside. I would. I would drop kick them. I would roundhouse kick them in the face. You know what? Because they're there just because they know that there are going to be a lot of attractive boys there. And they just want to draw some attention to themselves. So they, you know, act as drunk as they possibly can. They slut it up. They wear as little clothing as they can. They try to make themselves, you know, look older just so they can hopefully make out with one of these boys later. Not realizing that most of them are already in relationships. But they're gonna try. And that's when you get the mosh pit going and you stomp these little shits into the ground. And it is fun as hell. They get out of there pretty quickly and you don't really see them at the next show. 3 things that are pissing me off this week is, you know, the topic of little girls that show up to places drunk and pretend they're drunk. You know, sure, maybe they've had 1 or 2 beer, and if they're not big drinkers, it does affect some people, but you don't have to act like you're a stumbling, bumbling moron. It's not cool to be the drunkest person there. It's not. People aren't going to respect you. Oh, I was so drunk last night. I made out with like 6 or 7 people. I don't even know what happened. I blacked out. You know what? Fuck you. That's your own damn problem. Don't show up to places if you're gonna, you know, make up excuses and stuff like that. You have to figure out, you know, what you've done the night before, then you probably shouldn't have been there. Or you went there knowing full well what you were about to get yourself into, and then after everybody's calling you on it the next day, you have to make up shit. You gotta find a scapegoat. Well, I'm calling you guys out right now because I know, and everybody around you knows, that you knew what you were doing. Unless we physically saw you drink like 32 beer that night, black out, and those boys forced themselves upon you, then nobody's gonna believe shit. This is what really pisses me off for this week. So we meet again. I'm Kimberly. Peace out.